Okay, in the last video we showed you how to use the lasso tool to cut out images from a picture, which lets you overlay them in Photoshop and create images like this. As we see here, we've changed the background of the image, but she's remained the same. Now, the lasso tool is really fantastic, but sometimes it's a bit too much work for what you need. So I'm going to show you how to cut out images using a really quick tool, which is absolutely fantastic. Now here we have an image of a dress, and I want to isolate the dress from the background, so transparent background, which is currently white. So I'm going to go ahead and open this with Photoshop. Now here we go. Now I could use the lasso tool again, and I could just go around, and I could do that, and that would actually be very easy, and it would work. But that's going to be a bit fiddly, it's going to take time, and I might slip and do that. It can be annoying. So we have a tool here called the Magic Wand tool, which is a great name for anything. Now, all you've got to do is click it, and then you select one colour, and click on the white, and it's selected everything which is there. Now, I can go ahead and add a layer mask, and what you see has happened is it's put transparency on everything which is not selected, which is exactly what should happen. So if we just undo that, we go to select, inverse. So change what's selected. It's now selecting the dress. So add layer mask, and there we go, it's transparent. We can go ahead, file, save for web, and we're going to go ahead and pick PNG24. You could use GIF, you could use PNG8, but PNG24 gives you the best quality. So we're going to click save, choose a place, which I'm going to choose my desktop, and we'll call this nice dress. Click save, and there we have it. So if we now go down Photoshop here, let's close these. See here, it's got the grey background showing that this is indeed transparent image. Right, here we have another item we want to cut out for the background, and we're going to use the Magic Wand tool again. And this is using the same settings as on the previous dress. So click the Magic Wand, bring it over, click in the background, and what you see has happened is that we've selected a whole load of bits around here. So as well as getting the background, we've got the actual dress itself. The reason is the tolerance is set too high. So it's looking for a certain degree of contrast. It can't tell the difference between that white there and white in the background. This is really easy to get over. All you do is take the tolerance level down. So we're going to choose level, let's say 5. So Control D or Option D, depending if you're on Mac or PC, and click there, and you'll see it's a lot better. We're still, though, getting that ghost of a bit nibbling away at the top of the dress. So I'm going to unselect that, so Control D, and choose tolerance of 1 pixel. And there we go, and you can see we've got a very nice crisp edge here. We've got all the dress and none of the background, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to go again, select inverse, make sure the dress is selected, add a layer mask, and there we are. Actually, we can finish it off by adding a crop, just to get rid of some of the stuff we don't need on the background, because that's life. And there we go. That is now ready to go into InDesign to make a magazine spread. Third example now, we're going to take the background off this bag. Now we're still set to 1 tolerance as on the last image, so with the Magic Wand selected, click the background and you'll see we've actually got 2 lower tolerance. So especially around here on the clasp, we've got a nice little edge around. Now you might actually want that, but for this case we don't. So I'm going to deselect that, and we're going to throw this up to a larger value to get closer. So we're going to put 20 in and see what happens. Click on there. And we'll see that actually we've got almost all, if not all of that. So that was pretty good. Let's go and do an inverse selection, add a layer mask. That looks pretty good. But I want to make sure, so what I'm going to do is chuck in another layer, bring it below this, and fill it with a colour which is very different. So if we look at, say, pink, let's choose green, because you'll be able to see the contrast really clearly. Okay, so we can see clearly what hasn't been cut. We have lost a bit of detail around the clasp there and around the centre there. This is not the best cutout it could go, but for what we want for, that's actually okay. So I'm going to live with that. So delete this layer, put some crop on, take this down to be about the right size. Okay, click OK, File, Save for Web, and go PNG24, usual size. Okay, and we're saving it in our folder. So I'm going to call this pink bag and click save, and that's done.